When the holidays start to feel a bit repetitive, reach for a Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry and put your twist on tradition. A bold cranberry and winter spice flavor fusion, Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry is a refreshing way to shake things up this sipping season. And only for a limited time. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
This episode is brought to you by LinkedIn. Psst, healthcare pros, word's out, and it's too good to keep quiet. Look, LinkedIn is revolutionizing job hunting, making it possible to search by specialty, shift preference, and salary. Endless scrolling is out. Whether it's a mental health therapist or dental hygienist, finding the perfect role is faster and easier than ever. Head to linkedin.com/healthcare and start your search today.
Dr. Raj.
Dr. Raj Dasgupta.
The most interesting pulmonologist in the world.
Welcome to the Dr. Raj Podcast, a show all about empowering knowledge, addressing difficult topics, raising awareness, and being positive. Dr. Raj is a quadruple board-certified physician, associate professor of clinical medicine, and the associate program director of internal medicine residency. He was a co-host on the TNT series Chasing the Cure with Ann Curry, as well as a regular on the TV show The Doctors. And now, here's our show.
Hi, and welcome to the Dr. Raj Podcast. And what is this a podcast of? A podcast of happiness and wellness, of great people, amazing stories. And today, I'm in the mood about encouraging others to be the best person they can be inside and out, to build that confidence. And of course, it's got to relate to what I go through every day. And for those who don't know, I have an amazing son, but unfortunately, he does have special needs. He has autism. He has things with behaviors. He has things with language. And it's important to have an amazing team. And part of that amazing team is one of my favorite people in the whole world. Her name is Vanessa. And Vanessa comes over and makes Aiden super happy, but I couldn't help but notice over the years of knowing Vanessa that she will say hello to me with a black eye. And then she'll say hello to me with a limp. And then she can't use her hand because it's swollen. And my favorite has to be, is your nose broken? So, I mean, I got to be nosy. No pun intended. But I found out that Vanessa was taking martial arts, and that led to another question. And she told me this started when she was young because of bullying. And I'm like, wow, this is a podcast episode, and how it built up her confidence, her strength inside and out. And it made my two daughters just pumped up to be a Vanessa. So I got Vanessa on the podcast today. So before I introduce her, let me read my little bio about Vanessa. She is a mixed martial artist who specializes in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. That's grappling for the non-martial arts people. She's also working on improving her striking by practicing Muay Thai. Very cool. And boxing. Her first ever martial arts experience was 10 years old when she was a little girl. She experienced bullying, so she was motivated to begin martial arts as a form of self-defense. Her last bullying incident was when she was a freshman in high school. When Vanessa started, she just took some kickboxing classes for about a month or two, but she grew up with working class immigrant household. So paying for such expensive extracurricular activities, that wasn't possible for her parents. I mean, I could relate. In 2017, she restarted her martial arts journey, but was inconsistent. But then during the pandemic around 2020, 2021, this became her passion. Vanessa competes mostly in Brazilian jiu-jitsu tournaments. Within the last year, she began competing in mixed martial arts and kickboxing events. And, she's literally standing right next to me. She tells me this improves her confidence as a woman in a male-dominated sport and in her everyday life. And with that being said, Vanessa, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Raj?
It's wonderful that you're here on the podcast after all the years that I've known you and worried about your physical and well-being.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So let's talk about what I really thought would be important.
Okay.
I mean, bullying. That's the biggest topic just in society around the world. It makes me cringe. Bullying has a very broad definition. It's not always physical. It's mental. It's spiritual. You name it.
Right.
Can we talk about yours?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So what bullying happened to you, and elaborate?
So when I would say I experienced bullying ever since like K through 12 high school. The last time I experienced bullying, I was in high school, but it pretty much started when I was in elementary school. And I feel like it really took like a toll on me mentally. It was mostly like criticizing or talking about like my physical features. And definitely takes like a big toll on your self-esteem.
And I mean, I'm going to interrupt. When you were younger, I mean, did the teachers help you with this, or is it something that it was hard to, or you didn't tell them?
From what I remember, I didn't really speak up.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I just kind of like internalized it and like dealt with it. But I definitely saw myself like wanting to like have an outlet with it. And I feel like that's where wanting to start martial arts started.
So let's go back. I'm always going back in the time machine.
Mhm.
What happened in ninth grade? Because that's a big
Yes.
that's a big difference. What
Yes.
happens when you're in kinder and what happens?
Right.
So okay.
So in ninth grade, I was hanging out with a group of friends where they were like pretty much bullying me and like telling me things like, oh, like, yeah, but this, and that, but I can F you up,
Oh,
like threatening me like that. So I kind of just like let it happen. I was too afraid to stand up for myself for many reasons, but one of them being because I didn't know what my parents would think.
and what do you mean by that?
I was afraid that my parents would like be upset with me for like
For having those friends, or
or
for
for like
standing up, or what?
I think fighting.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
I didn't want to get into like any fights, so I would like be afraid of like defending myself.
So let's go back. So
Mhm.
there's two time points. Earlier in life, there was bullying,
Mhm.
and you didn't know what to say. I asked about teachers.
Mhm.
What about your parents?
My
So
parents had no idea.
they didn't know
No.
anything. So in ninth grade, when you're like, "This is happening again," did they give you any advice? I mean, parents love to give advice.
Right.
I mean, how could they not? This is a
Right.
big topic. So how did your mom approach it, and how did your dad approach it?
So this time I had to tell my parents that I was
Okay.
being bullied because my dad ended up picking me up at a friend's house and it had just happened. I was
Were you tearing up?
no, actually I was ready to fight. I was
You were angry.
I was pushed against like the wall
Wow.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Like not physically, but more like
Okay.
they were pushing me against the wall like to bully me.
Okay.
And I pretty much told my dad, like, hey, dad, I had to tell him. I was like,
Yeah.
hey, dad, this is happening. I'm going to see this girl at school tomorrow, and I'm pretty sure she's going to get physical with me.
Wow.
Yeah. In first period.
Okay.
So I had to tell them
Yes.
because
Yes.
I just felt like it was better to come clean than to just let them find out after being physical at school, right?
Yeah.
So I love both my parents' responses.
Okay, I want to hear both. What did
Yeah.
mom say, dad say?
So my mom, like I said, first I was scared to fight or to get into any trouble with my family. They were very strict. They wanted the best for me.
Of course.
They expected the best for me.
Of course.
So I was afraid to tell my parents, but when I did, my mom's initial response was, we need to go to the school and like talk to the principal or, talk to somebody.
Great mom response.
Right.
I mean,
that's a great mom response.
She opened up the playbook.
Yes.
Down the list. Okay.
However, my dad's response was, okay, like if you get backed against a corner again, if there's any way that you can leave or avoid getting into any physical altercation, great, he said. But if you have no choice, you beat her ass. That's pretty much what he told me.
And I'm not going to pull punches because I think that being a dad and having two daughters, it may not be the overall best response, but you love your kids.
Mhm.
And I think I would tell my two daughters that you don't let anyone kind of physically hurt you.
Right.
And I would probably be a little even more explicit than that.
Mhm.
But are these the stories that kind of led to going into martial arts?
Absolutely, 100%. When I started the martial arts journey, I was like about 10, but we couldn't continue, right, because of financial reasons. But after that, I told myself, whether or not I know how to fight, I might be put in a situation where I am, where I have to defend myself. So I feel like it definitely led me to actually taking self-defense or martial arts seriously.
So let me ask you, we call it martial arts because I'm
Right.
very novice. You know what I mean? Like, the only martial arts I know is Cobra Kai on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You choose something called jiu-jitsu. So what drew you to that versus, I'm making stuff up, karate or kung fu? Like, can you answer that?
Yeah, 100%. So my specialty is jiu-jitsu, but I did start off with kickboxing. What led me to jiu-jitsu was I was invited pretty much like by the gym like associates, like, come try jiu-jitsu. I see you doing kickboxing. I think you'd be great at jiu-jitsu. So I tried it out. I was a little uncomfortable at first. It's a lot of grappling and like close contact in comparison to like punching and kicking. So I was a little uncomfortable at first, but I ended up just loving it. And
were you uncomfortable based upon you're a woman and they're dudes? And so
100%.
Am I saying it right? Like, it's not like physical distance striking and kicking. You get close.
It's like wrestling.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah,
pretty uncomfortable.
With men being the only girl wrestling, it's a little uncomfortable. Yeah.
And so what said, despite these moments of being a little uncomfortable, to pursue it still, like passionately?
I feel like nothing else in this world makes me feel the way jiu-jitsu does.
Wow.
During and the benefits of after, like how calm I feel, how happy I am. I just feel like a rush of happy hormones or happy chemicals coming at me during the moment and then afterwards. And one thing I will say about jiu-jitsu is that it forces me to be present. I have no time to think about anything else but what's going on now and then.
So did you expect like these emotions to come out from a form of martial arts? Because if you take it at base level, you wanted to defend yourself.
Right.
There are mean people out there. And I like it now. I mean, I think your dad is not telling you need to like throw someone against the wall.
No.
It was more like, if you're getting your butt kicked, you got to do something.
Right.
And now you're getting rush of like oxytocin love hormones while you're grappling someone. Like, did you expect that? Is that what jiu-jitsu is supposed to do to you?
I think that like the mental benefits, for sure it's supposed to do that. I wasn't aware of it until I did it.
Do you meditate in jiu-jitsu?
I mean, I don't know about meditation, but I would say like being present is something that I constantly have to do in jiu-jitsu. Yeah.
I only stood up as in Cobra Kai, they meditate.
Oh.
Okay. So talk about a typical training session. You know what I mean? So when you go there, are they playing the Rocky Balboa, I Have the Tiger in the background?
Sometimes. Yeah.
Or what are you doing? What is a typical session for training?
A typical session, if we're talking about like one of my tough training session days, like right now I'm currently in MMA.
What does that mean?
Like I'm in a camp, they would call it like a training camp right now because I'm preparing for a competition.
And what does MMA stand for?
Mixed martial arts.
I just want to make sure. I mean, my audience doesn't know this, man. You're acting like a doctor, dude.
So, so mixed martial arts, right? When I have MMA camp, what it looks like is like I'm typically there, like let's say around 6 p.m. We start off with like an hour of personal striking and MMA grappling.
Okay.
I typically I'm punching like pads or like sparring with my teammates.
Okay.
After that hour, we do about an hour and a half of grappling jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
And that typically is like intense, a lot of cardio. I mean, both the first two that I mentioned. After that, I typically do about like 30 to 45 minutes of strength training. And then I ended up with 30 minutes of cardio.
So what is I lost track of all the hours there. So a nightly session is 4 hours?
It can be I'm usually there between like 6 to 10 or 6 to 11.
All right. And you're drained afterwards.
Oh, I'm exhausted.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm tired.
All right. So the training part, there seems like there's so many things that I would just be so intimidated by, but what's the most challenging part of just training up to a tournament?
I would say the most difficult thing, if I'm not injured, because injuries.
And you do get injured.
I get injured all the time. So, like for instance, right now I'm pretty okay.
Yeah, you're not limping or anything.
No, yeah, I'm okay. Like I have injuries, but they're not like affecting my daily life. So I would say right now, like what is most difficult for me?
Yeah. Well, number one, answer that. Then tell me where you're injured. Okay. Go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the cutting weight?
Cutting?
Cutting weight. Yes.
Oh, you mean
like losing weight?
Oh.
Yeah.
So what? I mean, so I'm looking at you, and I think you're beautiful the way you are. You don't need to do anything.
I appreciate
it.
But
does your sensei tell you that you need to have a certain body mass index, or they have a goal for you?
It's more like when I go compete, I have to be at a specific weight.
I didn't know that. So there's weight classes.
Weight classes.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah. So are you close to your? Okay.
I have about like 10 to 15 pounds right now, depend.
And how are you doing it?
So I am watching what I eat.
Are you?
I am. I'm like, I'm trying to keep it like with like lean protein, calorie counting.
What's some lean proteins that you're eating?
I'm trying to stick to seafood.
Oh, good.
And then when I do eat any other type of meat, it would be like lean beef or lean chicken. Or turkey. But I try to limit my meat intake.
Are you doing any fasting or no?
No fasting.
Good. I'm just wondering. I do all these interviews about different dietary techniques, but people in the jiu-jitsu world are not like the keto diet is the best or anything like that.
I think just hitting my macro goals. And having that calorie cap, and also just like
what is your cap in the day?
1,500.
Wow. Yeah. I don't like jiu-jitsu. I think I just did my calorie cap before I had doing the interview with the egg and waffle, dude. But
it's definitely not like I'm gonna live the rest of my life on 1,500 calories a day. No, this is just for like cutting weight purposes.
And what else do you do besides the weight stuff?
Besides the diet, I exercise a lot.
And how do you do? What's your regimen?
Well, I try to exercise like 4 to 5 times a week.
Good for you.
And not every time it's 4 to 5 hours, but
possible.
Yeah.
How much cardio? How much weightlifting? I can put it in those two categories.
I try to do minimum like 45 minutes of weightlifting. And then 30 minutes of cardio towards the end.
You have a trainer, or do you follow a video that tells you what to do? Or?
Trainer. His name is Laron Wilson. Shout out to Laron.
Shout out.
He's an awesome coach. I've been training with him for like 3 years.
Is he a jiu-jitsu also person, or just he does weight training stuff?
He's like a veteran in MMA, so he used to compete as well.
Oh, okay.
He was a professional MMA fighter.
Yeah.
And he helps me with diet. He helps me with functional strength training, with cardio, with jiu-jitsu, with striking. He helps me with everything.
This really is your passion. So you're not like being one of Aiden's best team members and other things you do. This takes a big chunk of your day.
It does. It's like a part-time job for me.
It sounds like a part-time job. You know what I mean? Oh my God. So before we get talking about some of your competitions, don't show me because I'm very weak, but is there a favorite technique or punch? Does it have a name? Like, what's your favorite move in the? Okay, Maybe I watched too much Karate Kid growing up. Okay. There was like the crane technique, and he would jump and kick the person.
I don't know how to do that.
What's your finishing move? You know,
I like to end on the ground or where I get to submit someone.
How?
And I typically go for like an arm bar.
An arm bar.
Yeah, so pretty much it's like hyperextending the arm like this way.
You can do it on me, dude. But don't do it. I'll be very upset.
Like this way.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Do you break elbow when you do that?
Usually people tap before I break anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I do like also being competitive with like a choke.
Yeah.
I do like also like bringing in chokes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's awesome. And so when we talk about like these finishing moves and everything, like I always think they have funny names. I love wrestling.
Yes.
And for some reason when I was thinking about you, I'm like, do you do like the camel clutch or like the sharpshooter or like the rock bottom? But I like the arm breaker. That's pretty good.
Yeah, the arm bar is my favorite.
And you have to tap out. You have to submit.
They have to tap. If not, then it might break.
Have you won based upon that?
Yeah, I've won with arm bars before. I love that one.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right. I'm pumped. I love that. So let's talk about when you come over and there's like that black eye or the nose and stuff. So how does it feel? Like, let's talk about the nose.
Okay.
I never got my nose broken.
Okay.
Is it traumatic? And how do you get back on the horse?
It's very traumatic. You don't know this, but I broke my nose, I think, a total of like 2 to 3 times.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't realize the first 2 times that it was broken, but after I broke it this 3rd time,
Yes.
I realized, oh, those other 2 times I'm pretty sure they also broke.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I think this last time was like my wake up call for like.
So when it broke and you didn't know it broke, did you tap out right away in the match?
So the thing is, it wasn't like a submission. It was more like an accident.
But if you're hurt, you do have the option, like, I can't continue, right?
No, absolutely. So
the
good thing is that I was just training. I wasn't competing.
It wasn't even the match.
No, the first time it was a headbutt.
A headbutt? Accidental, right?
Yes, an accidental.
That seems that would be an illegal move, right?
Yes, no, it was accidental. It was during training. We both heard the crack. I was crying and bleeding. It was terrible, right?
Yeah. Oh, God.
I was okay. Like, it didn't affect my sinuses. It didn't affect me at all, just besides it being like sensitive.
And how long is it sensitive after you break it? Like
about a month.
Do you have to wear like a catcher's mask from baseball?
This last time I did. Kind of like Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
I had to wear that during training.
I thought so. Did that motivate you not to do martial arts anymore?
I kept going.
Even after you broke it again?
Yeah, I kept going unknowing it was broken the first 2 times, but this 3rd time I knew it was.
Was it in the match?
No, every single time it was training.
I know.
The second time, however, I did it broke through a punch in competition.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That did happen in competition.
And where are you hurt right now? Because, I mean, you seem
I look
okay. Yeah.
I have a torn meniscus.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So that was terrible. It was affecting my daily life.
Is your doctor making a lot of money off you? Like, oh, great, dude. It's like, it's Vanessa again.
I see him every month, so you tell me. It was bad. I thought I needed surgery. My meniscus, it was affecting my getting out of bed, getting into bed. However, I have a great team, strengthening team. The doctor that I'm seeing that helps me. And I feel like my knee is like, it's so much better. It doesn't affect my daily life.
How long has this been going on with the meniscus? Just a year?
A little bit over a year.
And initially they were like, hey, this is not a surgical thing. Can be healed. Yes. But obviously you just can't not do anything for a whole year. So are they doing things to work around this injury in your knee?
Pretty much my plan to get better was physical therapy. Yeah. And I was able to compete. I mean, I was still able to train, just not as intensely. Yeah. And I wasn't competing. There you go. I haven't competed since October. And I am used to competing like every other month at the least. Yeah.
I was going to say, I'm sorry for these movie analogies. The very like Karate Kid ending, or the weakness of the opponent. I know you have the meniscus. I would tell Johnny to sweep the leg.
Oh my God.
I hope my listeners love that one.
I'm hope my next computer doesn't listen to this.
Okay. Let's talk about self-esteem. You know what I mean? So how has jiu-jitsu helped out your self-esteem and just your confidence in general?
I would say that I feel like it's helped a lot with my confidence and my self-esteem.
Be specific. In what ways? Your job, hanging out here with Aiden, when you go to the store, when you have conflict? Be specific.
I would say I feel like instead of like in the past when I was bullied and made fun of my physical features, I would worry more about like how I looked every day. But now it's more like instead of being worried about looking like this or that, I'm more like grateful to my body that it puts up with so much and allows me to do such great things. So instead of like looking at myself and like, oh, you look like this, you look bad. I'm like, thank you, body, for like allowing me to do these awesome things. Like, I don't worry so much about how I look anymore, more about what I can do.
And obviously they're going to see your picture on the promo and you are beautiful.
Thank you.
But I want my listeners to know, was the bullying about your weight? Was it about your color? Was it about your facial features? What, or all of it?
I would say my facial features, yeah.
So mean.
Yeah.
Kids can be really mean.
Kids are really mean, yeah. And it's just like it's, I feel like a lot of kids with ethnic features, like that's like the first thing people love to make fun of.
Oh, I mean, people, I don't think all the bullying that goes on gets revealed. You know what I mean? Like, I'm brown. I was raised with like a lot of Caucasian people around me. It's intimidating.
Yeah.
What you don't think is bullying, you think is normal.
Yeah.
It's a little bullying.
No,
you know
it
what I
is.
mean?
Yeah.
It's hard, So, let's talk about some lessons, right? So what is the most important lesson you learned so far from doing jiu-jitsu, starting at like your martial arts at age 10, going forward till now?
I would say a huge lesson would be to get out. Like, I feel like I'm really comfortable staying in a comfort zone.
Okay.
And I feel like when I stay comfortable in that comfort zone, I don't get pushed to my best version of myself. So I feel like martial arts is constantly pushing me to do better, become better. And because of that, I feel like I've learned that in life, I need to do that all around, not just in martial arts, because I feel like once I'm comfortable with something, I stay there and I think I'm capable of greater things. So, yeah.
Do you kind of hope that some of the people that you had bad experiences when you're younger could meet you now?
Yeah, it would be interesting to see them. It's just, I don't know how it would go. But I mean, we were kids, like.
But I want them to see the better you.
Oh,
you know what
I
I
see
mean?
what you're saying.
Not because you could snap their elbow, but you could do that too. But I like this question. I did a lot of time thinking about this one. How's your experiences and moments of doubt and fear during training, like breaking your nose? How did you overcome them?
Oh, man.
How did you get back on the saddle?
So I never stopped training ever, not even when I broke my nose 3 different times or when I had an injury. I just slowed down.
By the way, did your parents say, "Stupido, why are you doing this?"
Yeah, they make comments like, "Oh, you're putting yourself at risk," parents things, but they know how much I love the sport. And I think they've realized that I'm not going to stop.
So how did you get back on the saddle?
So I would communicate with my training partners. Hey, I have a broken nose. I have a torn meniscus. Let's work, but don't push me too much, right? I wore the mask, which would protect my nose. And I just feel like slowing down is what helped me the most.
Was giving up ever an option inside?
No.
You know what I mean? In your heart?
No.
You knew you wanted to go.
I knew I wanted to keep going.
And you weren't like this before doing martial arts?
No. I feel like before martial arts, I would just be like, all right, that's it. Like, so this thing that's bad happened. I don't need to continue it anymore.
And do you use that in everything? Let's say you're taking an exam. Let's say you're taking a driver's test. Would you keep on pushing yourself more now because?
Oh, yeah. I feel like it's made me mentally stronger, for sure.
I love that.
In so many ways, yeah.
All right. So you've almost made it to the end. So what are your future goals and aspirations as Vanessa? And it doesn't always have to be martial arts, but I'm curious.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I for sure see myself going back to school. I want to focus on like athletic physiology. I really like studies that go into like women and girls specific because I feel like all throughout my martial art journey, I was, it's a male dominated sport. So I was guided by a lot of men that have been amazing and have took me under their wing. I'm forever grateful. I just feel like male physiology and female physiology is completely different. So I feel like when I was given certain advice, it didn't always work for me, because it just doesn't apply to women. Yeah. So one of my goals is to get back to school, to educate myself and to guide women, because I already have a lot of women that I know through martial arts, and I feel like I'm guiding them as much as I can, but I feel like I can do more and guide them properly with a better education.
That's the best answer all day. I love that one. So you actually want to be that sensei, sorry for that term, to help other people. You know what I mean? Can you be specific about what are some parts of training that it's no one's fault. It didn't help if you're a woman versus a guy and talking about that physiology. I do want to know.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say that some advice that I was given is like when cutting weight.
Yeah.
I was told, oh, like do like fasted workouts, carb load, like, and I feel like those studies that worked for men weren't like focused on women, and it wasn't the same results. So it didn't work out for me. So it didn't work out for me. And once I was able to figure out what really worked for me, I was like, wow, like I've been not wasting my time, because I feel like it was a learning lesson.
Yeah.
But I just feel like I don't want to be, I don't want other women or girls that are working as hard as I am or even harder to, be given advice that just isn't made for a woman's physiology.
Well, I love that. And why I just to relate to you, medicine in the past is very man dominated.
Right.
I do critical care, very man dominated, which is funny that my favorite mentors are women. And two of my residents right now, no joke, want to go into critical care. And I'm really encouraging them. They deserve it because they're smart and amazing, but it's definitely because they're women too. And I wish there were more women in my field to mentor other women. Because I feel, I can make them teach them medical pearls, but I do feel like in any field, there's some finer points out there where I wish that everyone had more options for mentors. It doesn't always have to be like a man or a woman. You could pick where you get the best bond with. So that was great. And I got to ask this. What's your advice to anyone, any age, who's dealing with a bully?
I would say get into some sort of self-defense, whether that be Muay Thai, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, judo, karate, what's another, taekwondo. There's so many options. Of course, I'm biased. My favorite is Muay Thai, boxing, and jiu-jitsu. But I feel like learning how to defend yourself is key, because a bully knows when you're like a doormat for them to step all over, and I feel like it's not, I'm not telling folks to get into martial arts so they can be like bullies. In fact, I think getting into some sort of martial art would help them from being bullied and also prevent others from bullying others, because it's a cycle. Bullying is a cycle. You get bullied, so most people bully others. It's a constant cycle, and I feel like it has to end with us. And I feel like because martial art is such a martial art training discipline, there's so much discipline, and they humble you there like crazy. I feel like someone who trains martial arts knows that unless it's in a controlled setting, it should not be happening.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And the last thing, let's say a question for the women who are listening to the podcast, is that there are many avenues to let out your anger or to focus on. But today was about using martial arts. What do you want to tell the women that, hey, if you're interested in going into this, is it worth being inquisitive about it? Is it worth the effort? Is it worth all the stuff you've been through?
Absolutely. I think everything that I've been through has only made me stronger mentally, physically. I am almost 30 and I've never felt better. Yes, I've had some injuries, but I feel like it's made my life more difficult, but I think it's worth it because, pretty much training martial arts is making you a weapon. Yeah. And I feel like that comes with its, it gives and takes. And I feel like part of it is your physical body that it takes from you, like a little bit mentally, but as much as it takes, it gives.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. And I'm going to say, Vanessa, thank you for coming on the podcast today. Thank you for being a great caregiver to my son. Absolutely. You're just a great person to begin with. You're a happy person. You're always smiling. You're always positive. You always try to do the best job you can do. So thanks.
Thank you, Raj.
All right. And everyone, I hope you enjoyed that. That was a really fun, special episode of the Dr. Raj podcast. Stay tuned in the next couple of weeks to hear another episode.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Dr. Raj podcast. If you enjoy the show, then please make sure to follow us on your favorite podcast app and leave a rating while you're there. This show is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not intended as medical advice. This has been a production of MedPrep2Go, and you can learn more at medprep2go.com.